Welcome back to another KLIM product walkthrough. I'm Lucas, and today we're going to be looking at the newly redesigned Kodiak jacket and pant. The Kodiak jacket and pant are our most premium, most feature-packed, most ventilated, most protective, most everything, most breathable, most waterproof. It's our most everything touring jacket and pant in our lineup. Of course, we have the Latitude as well. If you're interested in another very good option, check out those videos about the Latitude as well if you want to look at that. However, today we're going to be looking at the newly redesigned Kodiak for spring of 2026, like I said. First things first, there's a lot to go over here. It's a very feature-packed jacket and pant, and also we have a lot of exciting updates going on in here that you can't even see yet, which I'll talk about. So bear with me here because we're just going to start at the top and work our way down through and talk about all the features in the Kodiak. Up here at the top, this is your removable storm collar. The way this attaches, there's a little button in the front and a zipper in the back. You're just going to pop that open, and the Velcro, of course, up here. Take it off the button and unzip the back, and now you can stow this storm collar in your pocket, in your panniers, in your tank bag, wherever. But this is going to really seal up against the bottom of your helmet and help keep the wind and the water off your neck and the cold off your neck when you're in those really gnarly conditions, going 80 miles an hour or whatever the speed limit is in those foul weather conditions where you don't want to stop, you don't want to pull over, you don't want to waste that time, you want to keep riding. This is the kit for you. Now, working our way further down the jacket here, I know I just talked about that cold weather condition riding. We also want to optimize the Kodiak for hot weather. So really quickly, we're going to talk about that. Right here, you see these little tabs. This is for our collar tab back functionality. Inside the collar, there are two little elastic loops. So when you open that collar, you unzip it part way, you can then fold it back and hook those elastic loops on these tabs, okay? That's gonna hold the top of the collar open, allow a bunch of airflow along your neck, around the top of your chest, and bring some cooling airflow to a really important part of your body to keep you cool. Similarly, in that vein, we have the same type of attachment system here in the vent structure. This is new for us this year. So when you open these vents, a lot of these vents will open with one or two zippers. You open these vents, and now inside there's a tab, this elastic tab that you can hook on that plastic tab in the top of the shell. What that's going to let you do is hold the vents open and pull even more air in there. It's going to expose that mesh and pull even more air into those sleeves. And of course, there are other vents in the rest of the body. We'll go over that in a second. But the idea here is improve ventilation when you need it. When you don't need it, and you seal up all these waterproof zippers, now you're going to seal out the wind, seal out the water, and stay warmer. Now to finish talking about the vents here, there's a vent here on the inside of the chest. You can kind of see that from your perspective there. There's a vent there on the inside of the front of the chest, right below your armpit. That's going to work in tandem with the vent on the back. So if we spin Manny the mannequin around here, there's a vent here on the back, a huge one, and that's going to exhaust all that hot air from inside the body, inside the jacket, and pull it out. We also have those exhaust vents on the back of the tricep here, and also on the back of the thigh down here in the hamstring area. When you look at some of these vents and some of these pockets, there's a new feature that we have on almost all of our Gore-Tex outerwear for this season in 2026, and that is a newly designed zipper garage up here. So if you see how the zipper fits right in there, that's going to let the water run down across the top of the zipper head and not intrude the garment. In the past, we've had fabric zipper garages, which work in the same way, but if you're in a rush and you're riding on the highway and you're trying to zip all your zippers up, like Badlands Pro and Kodiak have a ton of zippers, ton of vents, you're trying to zip all those up, now you're into a problem when you don't zip them all the way into the garage and the zipper butts up just like this, like you see right here. Now there's a little tiny hole and rainwater can get in there. So we're trying to make the experience better for you and trying to design a zipper garage that more intuitively seals up at the top. So seems like a minor thing, but the team worked really hard to make sure the zipper package and the vent package is more weatherproof than ever before in the Kodiak jacket here, and the pants, of course. Now, the next thing you're going to see up here are a bunch of other zippers for pockets. Like I said, the Kodiak is the most everything of the touring line that we have here at KLIM, and that includes pockets. So big water-resistant zipper pockets here in the front, up on the chest, another pocket here on the top. You can drop your earplugs or a spot tracker or whatever up here in the front. Pockets all over the place. Also pockets here, hand pockets, zippered, and then pockets down here on the thighs as well. So we're trying to give you options where you want to put your wallet, your snacks, your phone, your charger cables, earplugs, chapstick, whatever, giving you some options there across the jacket so you don't have to put all this stuff in one pocket. Now there's a couple more things to go over the outside of the jacket and the pants here before we dive to the inside and some cool technologies in there. one of those. These fabrics up here, these are leather, well, fabrics, actually not fabrics, they're leather. Perforated leather here on the shoulders, the elbows, and the knees, perforated to let some of that breathability, moisture management through those perforations to work in tandem with the Gore-Tex that the rest of the product is made out of. And of course, this leather lets us get to a CE AA abrasion protection rating, which is huge. Last thing to talk about here on the outside, you see all these straps. See all these straps across the torso and across the inner arm here, and there's some on the legs as well. Those are simply adjustment straps. So you're going to use these straps to cinch up the sleeves. For example, here, this upper bicep one, you can cinch that up when this vent is open. And together with the tab feature here, really open that vent up and get a bunch of airflow. Or you can also look at it another way. You can cinch all this up to keep the armor really tight against your body to reduce how much it might move around. These adjustment features here are really important, and they're gonna really let you fine tune this, especially if you wear a jacket underneath or something like that. Now, moving to the inside, Gore-Tex Pro Shell, I mentioned that. This is Gore-Tex 3-layer Pro Shell. This is the most premium, performance-oriented, highly durable, highly breathable, waterproof membrane available from Gore-Tex, and we use it in the Kodiak as well as we use it in the Badlands Pro and some other products. This stuff works extremely well, and it holds up very well to long-term abuse. That's the key thing, is how long these waterproof membranes will hold up to repeated use, repeated exposure to rain, and so forth. So really happy with the way Gore-Tex works for us there. Now, diving actually to the inside here. Now, what you don't see inside the Kodiak jacket now is that puffer jacket we used to include. It's still available separately, still packs into its own pocket, but with this new generation of Kodiak, we thought it was best to offer that puffer jacket separately aftermarket if you want to. The rest of the inside here, let's pop this open. If you're not gonna be wearing that puffy jacket, you're gonna want this moisture wicking membrane in here, this moisture wicking material that's gonna wick sweat, move it through the jacket, let it evaporate better. Likewise, we also have pockets in here, give you some added storage on the inside, and of course that kidney belt that you see dangling right there. This is optional, you can take it out if you want to, but it's gonna help keep that jacket cinched up around you, just like these adjustment features on the outside. Anyways, back to the inside, a couple more pockets there, and of course, yes, the pants do come with suspenders, so you don't have to wear a belt. You can keep them fitting a little bit looser, a little bit more comfortably, and keep it on your shoulders, keep it on your waist, through your shoulders with the suspenders. Now, while we're on the inside of the jacket here, one of the most important upgrades this season that you can't see right now because it's inside the jacket is the Rogue Armor Package. In particular, it's the Rogue EXP Armor Package in the Kodiak. EXP stands for Expanded Protection. If you're familiar with the Badlands Pro of prior generations, it was a very large asymmetrical type of pad specific to each limb and each limb location, meaning left knee, left elbow, right elbow, hip, shoulder, and so forth. They're not symmetrical the way the standard pads are. What does it look like? It looks like this. Huge coverage, huge amount of airflow. It's made of a proprietary blend of impact absorbing polymers. We've been working on this for 5 years. There's a whole separate video where the development team talks about the complexities and the efforts that went into making the Rogue Armor package. The EXP pad system offers more coverage in terms of area than what's necessary to meet CE impact requirements. So we're just giving you more. We're giving you more coverage, and this is a type of pad that the Kodiak has never had before. This type of pad was only reserved for the Badlands Pro and the Badlands Pro A3. So the Kodiak gets a significant upgrade in impact protection performance with the Rogue EXP Armor. And this is level 2, like I said. This is thinner than what used to be a comparable pad in prior generations. It's lighter. You're saving over 240 grams across the jacket and pant just with these pads alone. And like I said, it's thinner and it's more breathable. It offers much more open area of the pad so more hot air can flow through there. And as you can see, super flexible. You can mash this thing up big time. So very, very stoked on these pads. Like I said, there's a whole separate video you can watch to learn more about the Rogue pads themselves. Just know these are what are in the new Kodiak. This is a huge upgrade and we're super proud of this particular aspect of this line of gear. So in summary, Kodiak jacket and pant. In the jacket, 10 total pockets, 10 total vents, CE level 2 impact protection, CE AA abrasion certification, Gore-Tex Pro Shell, 3M reflectives up here, perforated goat leather. Like I said, the Kodiak is our flagship touring suit, neck to ankle. It's the most complete package in terms of impact protection, ventilation, Gore-Tex performance, pockets, everything you could need. This is your one-stop shop for the best touring suit on the market. So if you guys have any questions, hit us up in the comments. Find these at your local dealer, find these online at KLIM.com. Find us on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. If it's on the internet, we're probably on there. So go on there and say hello. And like I said, hit us with any questions in the comments. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.